What's poppin'? It's your boy Rich LA. Realize I create happiness, and I'm about to give my opinion on the Dane Calloway, and the indigenous slash Native American, debate versus Sinetta and the Pan-African, movement. I'm gonna start with me first, I guess. I've been a big. I kind of, as I got into more information, I guess you could say, I've always, looked to Africa as the motherland. I guess because it's where civilization started. You know what I'm saying? Or you can say I have more thoughts on that as well. So initially, when I had the urge to, I guess, find out about my heritage is who my people was and who I wanted to associate with something, because as Black and African American, we often we didn't really have or history or prior to slavery. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to know about where I was from. It was it was a deep urge within me to figure out about my people and who we was and where we come from. So as I left my parents' home or whatever, and I got older and grew up and went into the world, I started reading books and everything on Africans prior to the slave trade and all this type of stuff, and it instilled a sense of pride in me, So, and I also created a company, a business that was titled More Gold, so it was big on the African movement. Actually, my business was designed to connect all of, I guess you could say, African people throughout the world or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And, I created this and stuff in my 20s or whatnot. But, as of recent, within the past few weeks, I came across Dane Calloway and the information that he had been provided. And to be real, it seemed to resonate a little more within me. Now, I don't know for sure, and I gotta do my research, but I'm not one of those type of people who, once I find some information and I attach myself to it, I'm just stuck with it. If I find out some new information that's true and that's better for me and that resonates with me, I'm going to change my stance on things. I don't have that type of pride, that religious pride. Once I left the church and everything, I'm a life learner, so I tend to progress with the information that resonates with me more, especially when it becomes to be proven to be fact. Now, I'm not saying that one is necessarily more fact than the other. I'm gonna get to this and everything. But anyway, as I come across Dane's information, it made me think of all the things that my dad used to tell me growing up. My parents, I was born in 86. My parents had me. My mom was almost 40 or whatever, you know what I'm saying, when she had me or whatnot. So, you could say she was a little older when I was born or whatnot. But, being from the South, being from the country, my parents grew up during segregation. You know what I'm saying? So, but my dad used to say stuff like, and my dad is big on his family. He's big on taking me to see different people in his family. He's big on taking me to different places so I know where our people come from or whatnot. But I remember him used to say, I remember him saying that like some of your people were Black Indians from Mississippi, and and they did this or whatever. And I know people in my family who are who we all consider Native Americans, like, you know what I'm saying? But that's because they fit the physical description of what a Native American is from what we've seen on movies and whatnot. And I know some of these people. So, that tends to resonate with me a little bit. And also, my parents, my dad's side of his family owned a bunch of land. I'm talking about back in the days they owned land. My mom's side of the family, they owned a bunch of land that was eventually tricked. The white people came and got the land or whatever on some trickery type shit. So I'm thinking, how in the hell did freed slaves purchase all this damn land? So in my mind, and this is just me being logical, I could be very wrong. I'm giving my opinion right now. In my mind, based on, certain, information, is that land was already theirs. That they had been on that land for years, for hundreds, if not, however many years. So, when people bring up the question, how did the Europeans bring millions of slaves on a wooden ship in chains? Where did they store the food at? How did this many people make it across that ocean? You know what I'm saying? Like, these are real logical questions. And where are the slave ships? So, when we say that, we believe that, people have lied to us for centuries, how do we choose what to believe and what not to believe? All right, that's where I'm going to stop at. Well, as far as that goes, because I know people in general, I know people who've traced their roots back, and they are natives of the Americas, or they are the Aborigines, or the Aboriginal people of the land. I lived in California, and I remember hearing talk in California and seeing pictures of black natives who were in California. Now, this doesn't take away from the natives that we know to be natives of today, the Indians. I don't like to say Indians because they are not from India. But anyway, this is, from what I understand, is people on this land. I'm the color of copper. From the people on this land, it was different shades of people. So, and they didn't even go by race until the white people came. Now, this is my problem with Sinetta and a lot of his, I didn't really resonate with the spirit of those guys, because, and this is not to judge, this is in love. I'm telling you what I really feel. I'm telling you my truth. It seemed to be more about debate. It seemed to be more rah-rah. And then when they disagreed with each other, these people were going at each other's throats. These people are talking about how somebody, this guy's a pedophile, and this dude does this, and this dude does that. But they still tend to be cool with them eventually. And and money brings them together. So that's my issue. Also, an issue is, why are these people so religious with the information? When I say religious, is it don't matter if they lose the debate or not, they are going to be stuck, and they're going to be standing firm in whatever their agenda is. I feel like if you get some new information that resonates with you more, you should be willing to change, because that's your problem with Christianity. But you are doing the exact same thing. Now, Dane Calloway isn't even talking about religion. He's talking about the fact that only about 2% of the slaves, he didn't say it was not slavery. He said about 2% of those slaves came from Africa, which makes sense to me. Why would you go to another land and bring other people when you can go to their land and simply enslave the people who were there? See, oftentimes we start giving these people so much credit that we turn them into a god. So it's like, if somebody's presenting some information, why are we afraid to change? It's because we have an agenda. He's not even saying, okay, I think what these people think a lot of times is that people aren't proud of their African heritage, or they don't want to be black. No. He's saying that black has no standing in law anywhere around the world. If you consider yourself black, I seen where in China, there are black Chinese people. They don't look black in skin. They look like regular Chinese people, but they have to mark black. And they can't go to school. They can't get certain jobs, anything. They are stuck where they are. So the Moors are big on education because black has no standing in the law. I may be going over some people's heads, but a lot of people know exactly what I'm talking about. So again, and I grew up with people saying, oh, I got Indian in my blood. Okay, this doesn't mean, and it's raining a little more true now, and I'm not saying that's true for me. I'm saying I know people in my family. I know more people in my family who are natives than anybody in my family who even know about slavery, who even had stories passed down to them about slavery. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying it's not true though. I'm saying what resonates with me in my past, as my childhood, was me hearing stories about that we was already here. And this doesn't take away from our blackness whatsoever, or not wanting to be who we are. Because I definitely got love for my black brothers and sisters, my African brothers and sisters, or whatever. And if I'm African or whatever, shit, I'm proud. I'm proud no matter what the fuck you want to call me. I'm a proud individual. I'm proud of my skin. I'm attracted to my sisters. You feel me? So I'm proud individual. I don't give a damn what you call me, because I can't prove half of this shit. But if what Dane is saying is true, that if you research and it shows, he's not talking about no damn theories like a lot of y'all are talking about. He's talking about actually going and seeing the documentation. Because the one thing these white people did, and I ain't gonna give them credit for a lot of shit, but the one thing they did that's ended up biting them in their ass today is they documented certain things. Of course they wouldn't allow us to read, but they made it illegal in certain places to even call yourself a Native American. Why did they make it illegal? Man, these people have swiped our history clean, and so we lost ourselves, mentally. And if you lose yourself mentally or spiritually, whatever, shit, of course the physical gonna follow. You know what I'm saying? So now we seeing the things that's going on today. Now again, I don't take a stance because I don't know for sure, but I have a problem with people who simply want to debate. I have a problem with people who simply want to fuss and argue. Y'all getting money? Research your shit. And a lot of y'all ain't even from the States. And a lot of y'all got that hustling mentality. And I see your spirit. I'm not judging you. I seen your shit yourself. It's all over the internet for the rest of the world to see. These are older gentlemen who always getting beside themselves, always fussing. Every damn month, every damn year, they always fussing on some dumb shit. I don't even think y'all should be our leaders anyway, the way y'all carry yourself. Because y'all ain't banging on nobody. Y'all bang harder on the people who look like you than anybody else. Y'all on the internet telling all your little damn plans. Y'all ain't keeping shit a secret. So it's harder to resonate with somebody when I think they're hustling me. And then y'all want to talk about Brother Polite. Oh, y'all talking about how he's scamming people, but you are behind this man and you supporting this man. You call him a scammer one minute and he's your brother the next minute. What the fuck is it? Because I'm believing both of y'all are in on this shit. But I follow Polite, and I can't prove he scammed anybody. I ain't investing no money in that. But one thing I like about Polite is he gives information that we can use. I don't follow a damn person. I follow myself. I'm conscious. I follow myself. You know what I'm saying? I vibrate high and I'm aware. You know what I'm saying? So I understand. You ain't finna fool me over and over. I didn't leave the church to go to another version of the same shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's my opinion on the whole situation or whatever. If there's new information, you should be willing to change. You shouldn't even be trying to argue this shit. You should say, let's see. I got money. Let me go do my research. That's all it should be. It shouldn't be no damn debate because you're trying to get some fucking money. Don't you got enough money already? If not, debate about some other shit. Not about some shit that's so precious. At least Dane is giving information out to the people. And a lot of people are coming out and saying, damn, you're right. So, his spirit is a lot different than these other dudes. You know what I'm saying? But again, I take it all with a grain of salt until I do the research myself and until I, you know what I'm saying, go back through the documentation and everything and figure out where I come from and where my people come from. You know what I'm saying? But another thing, if you're going to say that that black people have been all around the world already, we was here first, what's the problem? What agenda are you pushing? You say we've been everywhere for thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years. This is the information you're talking about, you're pushing. So why and how could we not have been here prior to the slave trade? I think somebody has another agenda. I'm just being smart. You know what I'm saying? And let's keep it real. Sarnetta, you said it yourself. You don't believe in some of that fairy tale shit. You don't believe in it. Come on, man. You said yourself, yeah, I mean, some of the African stuff is false or whatever, this and the third, you know, regarding the spirituality. But both sides are spiritual. See, just spirituality to somebody who's not spiritual, it's going to be looked at as hogwash anyway. But it's only so much you can deal with before you have to get to spirituality. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't explain everything. So maybe you shouldn't even try to explain everything. But anyway, you get what I'm saying. And it's all in love. I don't hate none of these dudes. I just don't understand the way they tick. Because it looks a little shady to me. Peace.